Now, Sally, it's up to you to make a decision, A or B.
B, please.
B, you want B. You ready for B?
We're ready for B.
You bet your bum.
B. That's funny. It begins with a B. Barry said, I don't know what my wife Shirley was doing during.
Cut. Let's try that once more.
Start the tape all over
From
again.
the top.
Take two. Here we
Take
go.
2 steps out and step
Yes.
into
All right,
the
here we go.
scene.
Yeah, right.
And
Okay.
roll.
Is that ready to go?
Thank you.
Barry said, I don't know what my wife Shirley was doing during the
Take 3.
Ready?
2 steps in and action.
Okay, here we go. All right, here
about
it is.
that word that
Oh,
you
this
don't
one
like?
begins with B too. Barry said, I don't know what my wife Shirley was doing during the blackout.
Blackout! That's what was thrown in.
Oh, I blew it again. Did see another word in there. The
Cut.
Cut. Okay.
Take 27.
Take 4.
Take
2
4.
steps in and roll them.
Here we go. What? What's that?
Slate.
Ready?
Action.
Go. Barry said, I don't know what my wife Shirley was doing during the power blackout, but when the lights went on, her dress was on blank. Or her dress was on blank. Her dress was on blank. Yes.
You think the words power and black had something to do with your inability to make that statement, Gene?
Are you finished? Everybody ready? Here we go. Just want to remind everybody to watch Betty White on the Betty White Show. You'll laugh your blank off. Are you ready?
Yes.
Barry said, I don't know what my wife Shirley was doing during the power blackout, but when the lights went on, her dress was on blank.
Backwards.
Backwards is good. Nipsey, she said backwards.
Yeah, that blackout was terrible.
Yes.
A lot of ugly girls being molested. It was really bad. But she happens to have the right answer. Her dress was on backwards.
No, I didn't go that route at all. I said it was on a hook next to the man in her bed. Now, that's not a match, is it?
No, that's hardly a match at all.
Okay.
It's a good thought.
Yes, wonderful experience.
I don't know why, but I said on the ceiling chandelier. That's how I saw it.
You've been
A
not
red dress, too. Yeah, she just let it all
Yes.
go.
You haven't been feeling well, have you,
No,
Charles?
I'm fine. It's
Oh,
just
good.
his neck is so tight.
Yes, of course. Sarah, my dear. I don't know what she was doing during the power blackout, but when the lights went on, her dress was...
I thought of perhaps the elevator floor, but
Ah.
I wrote backwards.
Aha! Any way you want to. You go both ways, yeah. All right. Richard.
Present. Backward.
Backwards. 3 for Sally. Show us your backward dress.
Well, it goes around like this. I went through backwards and upside down, but then I thought maybe in the fact that it was a blackout, it was on fire.
Aha!
Just a little
Very
light touch.
Mysterious answer, of course. Thank you. Yep. Round 2. Sally,
B,
A or
please.
B?
B, please.
Come on, B. There it is. You got it.
I don't think I want to play this.
You're not going to play. You're not going to play?
Well, I'm not going to play if they're not going to.
You're not going to play.
I am.
Bing,
I've
bing,
always been a
bing.
good sport.
3 of you. All right? The Indian fakir said, something is very wrong in here. My snake is staying absolutely still.
Just a second.
What's that? Yes?
Don't think, when you're doing an Indian, do not think it's a brobrich. That is a Scot. That's a person from Scotland. So you don't... They're talking like that. That's how they talk.
Something
Right,
is very
very good.
wrong in here. My snake is staying absolutely still, and my blank is rising.
Very good, very good. Writing answer, please.
I don't want any part of it. I don't want to. I want no.
Could someone,
come on now.
Excuse me, could someone tell us what the heck is going on here so we can
I
see
already
it?
have my...
Could I see
Something very wrong
I'm
here.
reading question 4. Listen, please.
Listen there, one more time.
Indian fakir said something wrong here. My snake is staying absolutely still, and my blank is rising. Shut up.
If you make it a West Indian figure, I can do it.
Oh, sure.
Where was the harem at this time?
If you make it someone
Indian
from abroad,
fakers don't
you
have
can-
harems.
That's Irish. I mean,
What?
I can't understand what anybody was saying.
Well, that's the whole object.
I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead,
was
give us
trying
your
to.
answer.
I was trying to get your attention.
I don't care whether you can understand it or not. Give us an answer.
I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand what you were saying.
You couldn't
Period.
understand what you're saying. How
With
can I
all
say
the
that?
accents.
The Indian faker said.
The Indian faker?
Faker, F-A-K-I-R. You know what an Indian faker is?
No.
You don't know what an Indian faker is?
No.
You ever seen a guy, you know, he's sitting there with his legs crossed like this, and there's a wicker basket in front of him down here, and he goes, and a mongoose. Yes, and then as he, then the snake slowly begins.
Thank you very much.
See the way I woke that snake up?
Absolutely beautiful. And now the champagne makers will once again play some wonderful music.
Well, that's what an Indian faker is. Does that bring back a memory?
Well, okay.
He said, something's wrong here. My snake is staying absolutely still, and my blank is rising. Do you understand it now? I'm afraid she understands it now.
Try to repeat it one more time.
Oh, of course. See, an Indian faker is like a magician.
Yeah.
And he plays his
Spell it
piccolo.
for us.
Yeah.
And this snake becomes fascinated by the sound of his piccolo.
Yeah.
And he comes out of the wicker basket and he don't bite nobody.
Uh-huh.
Because he's kind of mesmerized
Right.
by this Indian who keeps playing this thing. And when he stops, the flame goes, he goes back into the basket, you see. Anyway, this fella, the Indian faker, said,
I'd rather hear the plot
Listen.
of Miss Dove.
What did he say?
he says, something is wrong here. My snake is staying absolutely still and my blank is rising. Well, it only took 5 readings. Isn't it terrific if we had to do 5 readings for every contestant there?
You know what?
What? Yes.
I'm sorry. The only thing I think of is temperature.
My temperature. That's okay. That's an answer. What do you say, Brett?
I say I'm glad she's not my lawyer. I said his snake was quiet, but his basket was raising.
There you go. There's an answer. Charles?
I said his turban and toupee.
There's another good one. And Miss Betty, honey?
I came within one of saying temperature, but I said tie.
Time. All right, so there are 3 responses to that
well,
question,
maybe-
Sally.